Be careful what you wish for because it can become a reality.
Yeah. The Untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing game's missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. All right, so this is my post-fight review for Joe Cordina versus Anthony Cacace for the IBF Super Featherweight title, and the result of the fight is Joe Cordina getting absolutely positively exposed by Anthony Cacace. The result of the fight is an 8th round stoppage for the Irishman. And wow, what a pleasant surprise. Now I gotta be honest, man. I like Joe Cordina as a fighter, but I've been growing frustrated over the last year and some change because he's been ducking O'Shaquie Foster and just pretty much unification with anybody that is worth a damn at 130 as far as the champions are concerned. And same thing goes for his mandatory challenger, the hard-punching Mexican Eduardo Sugar Nunez, right? He didn't want to fight him, so he fought Anthony Cacace instead. And Anthony Cacace was a relative unknown. He wasn't known as no big puncher. He had 7 knockouts in 20-something odd fights, and he was 35 years old, and he was a guy that knew that on this particular night, this could be his first and his last chance at a proper world title, winning a proper world title. I know he had the IBO title, but IBO is not really recognized as a real title, so to speak. So, this was it. This was it for him. And sometimes when you get fires like this, no matter what the skill level is, when that desperation sets in, and they know what's at stake, sometimes they can fight to a level they never fought at before, and that's what happened with him. Now, the first pivotal moment in the fight came in the 3rd round when they were in a clinch, and the referee kind of separated them, and Anthony Cacace snuck in a left hook right on the head of Joe Cordina, and it could have been deemed as a late hit, a dirty punch, but referee, there was no ruling, there was no point deduction or anything like that, which is unfortunate for Cordina. But the round continued, and Cacace jumped on him, just stayed on him, getting off 3, 4, 5 punch combinations. And that was the theme of the fight. Cordina could not get his footing after that moment in the fight, and Cacace just slowly but surely and steadily grinded him down and continued to let his hands go until the 8th round, where he made the referee had to make a tough decision and stop the fight. And he is your new IBF champion. And Joe Cordina winds up now in his career with the first loss in his career and no longer the champion. So let this be an example to fighters out there. When you have the world title, it's not time to ask about it. It's not time to play the role of boxing manager. You have a team for that. You have a team. I got a text message. You got a team for that. You got, people that are responsible for making those decisions. And luckily, you have people that know their boxing to do that. Because when you try to do that and you duck and avoid champions, and you think you're being smart, you want to avoid your mandatory. You don't want to fight. So you don't want to fight the slick black American. Then you don't want to fight the hard punching Mexican. So you think you're getting an easy fight against a feather-fisted Irishman, and guess what? You get your ass whooped, and now you're left with the belt there. And you lost value just because you overcomplicated things. So I like the Welsh Wizard, but it's just how the game goes. It's how the game goes. And I think exposed is the proper word to use. He got exposed. So with that being said, as far as what could be next for Anthony Cacace, the new IBF champion, Anthony Cacace, I would like to, he's 35 years old. He's been in the game for some time now. I mean, he's been pro since what? His pro debut was when? Back in 2012. So he's been a professional now for 12 years, and he just now finally breaks through. So I would like to see him make some money. So maybe his first fight could be a voluntary defense in Northern Ireland or wherever, in Belfast. And then if he could, win that one, and then maybe after that do a unification fight, probably with O'Shaquie Foster, or maybe defending against the mandatory Eduardo Sugar Nunez. I mean, I think there's a good amount of options out there for Anthony Cacace. I think him versus Eduardo Sugar Nunez would be a good fight, because I'm not gonna lie to you and say I've ever seen Anthony Cacace fight, so all I can base him off is yesterday, which is crazy. But Anthony Cacace seemed to be the kind of guy that if the situation calls for it, will get stuck in and will, let his hands go and be the volume puncher. So if he fights that same sort of similar style against a guy like Eduardo Sugar Nunez, I think that could be a very, very entertaining fight for boxing and the fans and whatnot. He's a Frank Warren fighter. So what's crazy is I know we got the Matchroom versus Queensberry card in about 2 weeks. Frank Warren's already beat it. A Frank Warren fighter has now beaten the Eddie Hearn fighter before that card even happens. Eduardo Sugar Nunez is a Matchroom fighter, so I don't know if Eddie Hearn will be willing to do that fight and potentially risk another Matchroom fighter losing to Frank Warren. But look, we've seen it that this Middle Eastern money, this Arab money, it can turn enemies into friends and make old men look 15 years younger. So with that being said, I think there is a pathway to make a fight between Anthony Cacace and potentially Eduardo Sugar Nunez. But yeah, if you don't take nothing away from this video, just when you're a fighter and you become world champion twice over, because Joe Cordina won the IBF belt twice. When you become the belt champion twice over, you need to get to business, man. Get down to the nitty gritty. Make those fights that you should be in. Because now Cordina, what is he, 32? Now he don't have a belt. Now he's got to rebuild. Now he's got to probably be in another tough fight when he was in a power position to fight the Oshaki Fosters and maybe at one point Vaquero Navarrete or those kind of guys, or Lamont Roach, or just start unifying titles. And that's what he gets. That's what fighters get when they play around and they think they're smarter than they really are. You run into a guy, a hungry 35-year-old Irishman who wants to take your soul and take your belt and take your O, and that's exactly what happened. So that's how I'm coming. That's what I think about the fight. But let me know what you guys think about the fight. What did you make of Anthony Cacace upsetting Joe Cordina? Ireland stand the hell up the Irish. And let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Make sure you guys take the time to subscribe, because we are in fact growing here on True School Sports, and I'm very happy with that. And like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Dania. So until next time, take care, guys. Thank you for watching another video on the untouchable True School Sports Empire. I'm at the Boxing Hall of Fame out here in Canterfield, New York. And for more great boxing content just like this video, make sure you click and subscribe right over here.